If you are about to start a weight loss journey, let me warn you now. You may not be as happy as you pictured you would. I have lost 124 pounds from my highest weight, and that comes with so many positives. At the same time, there is a downside to undergoing a massive weight loss journey that not a lot of people chat about. And I think it's important for you to know that way you're not walking into your newest weight loss journey unprepared. So in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing some of the downsides and negatives of having massive weight loss. But first, if you've never seen my face before, hey girl, hey, my name is Janae and I make a lot of content focused on fitness, wellness, and self-development and helping you live your best healthy and active life. So if that sounds like something you're into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like this video if you like weight loss tips, weight loss chats, the realistic stuff, and comment down below and let me know if you've undergone a weight loss journey. What are some things that you did not expect to be feeling or to happen during your journey? About 2 weeks ago, I did a video talking about how weight loss has changed my life. And all of that is true, but I think it would not be beneficial to you if I don't tell you some of the downsides that I have also experienced during my weight loss journey. And I'll make sure to tag that video in the cards above. Now, it's all about perspective here, right? Like anything that I'm going to say, you may be like, it's not a big deal, or I'll take that over being X amount of weight. And that ranged true for me as well. Like, of course, I would take anything that I've experienced over being 287 pounds. But again, I think it's still important to have all of the conversations and not just focused on the end all goal, because I found that during my weight loss journey, this has been an extremely mental journey. It's been bigger than weight loss. And I think if I was properly prepared for some of the realistic experiences, maybe I wouldn't have struggled as much, or if I did struggle, I would have known what I was probably gonna struggle with. So that's why I'm here. Now, like I said, I weigh 287 pounds. I've lost 124 pounds from my highest weight, and my current weight is 163. I may also still lose a little bit more weight, and that itself had changed and honestly reversed all of my medical issues, except a couple. So one thing that I'm still stuck with is my high cholesterol. And I have been working with my doctors to change my high cholesterol, to lower my cholesterol levels, and it has gotten better. But this may be something that is connected to genetics and may be something that I'm eventually going to have to get on medication for. So though my high blood pressure has reversed, my pre-diabetes have reversed, my joint issues, like a lot of things have reversed, my sleep apnea, and is now gone, some things are still hanging about. Another thing health-wise that's still hanging about is my facial hair. I have PCOS and Hashimoto's. I've dealt with facial hair since I was 16 years old, before I even started dealing with weight issues. That has not gone away. Now it has gotten better. It's not as dark, it's not as thick, it doesn't grow as fast, but it definitely is still there. But it's not pre-weight issues. Like the time from 16 to 21, I had like a couple strands here and there. I'm older now. I've gone through the weight issues. It's still very much so there. Another thing, and this is a small thing, but it's something that's still a downside, is that I am cold all the time. Hence why I'm sitting here in a hat and a sweatshirt and sweatpants. I am cold all the time. And I think it's just because I lost that extra layer of insulation that I had. But it's like the moment my feet get cold, my entire body is cold. And everyone in my house is like, it's not cold, but I am freezing all of the time. Now, this one is a little bit more heavier. This deals with body image issues and how you view yourself. Some people have been overweight their entire lives. They went through that phase of bullying because of their weight, not being picked because of their weight. I mean, we all know that fat phobia is definitely a thing, especially if you're a woman. For me, I've only been overweight 12 years of my life, from 22 when I first had my first child up until I had my weight loss surgery in 2023. Technically, I'm still obese for that year. So like pretty much the last 14 years of me being on a weight loss journey, I have been obese. My life looks a lot different than other people who have been obese their entire lives. But even still, living in a larger body for that long, like that's pretty much all I know. That's my entire 20s and early 30s. And to have this massive change happen, especially in such a short time, can really mess you up here, especially with how the way people are treating you now, the pretty privilege or the skinny privilege that some people experience now. To have your world kind of change, and then the way you view yourself also change, it can definitely be a mental toll that you were not ready to experience. And you won't even realize that you're experiencing this new life until there's a new experience happening, right? Like a lot of my friends who are single, I've been married my entire adult life since I was 21. So it looks different for me. I've never paid attention to these things, but a lot of girls on TikTok and Instagram that share their journey. And if you're not following me on TikTok and Instagram, go ahead and follow me. I make a lot of content over there. And side note, I'm so happy we still have TikTok, at least for now. But a lot of the girls who share their journey and they're in the dating scene and all that stuff, they talk about how guys view them now and how quick and easy it is for men to approach them, or just how nicer people treat them because of how they look now. And I'm like, you know, it's a completely different world that you're living in now. It sucks that it's like that. It sucks that it's due to now you have the skinny privilege, but it's something to be prepared for, because most of the time we're not prepared for it until the situation is actually happening. And back to how you view yourself and the body image issues, and this goes to a new point in the downside of weight loss. It's body dysmorphia. I went through body dysmorphia so badly on my journey. About 7 months post weight loss surgery, when my weight loss had slowed down, I was in Wonderland. I had lost 70 pounds. I finally started to look at myself. And I read this book by Mel Robbins. I can't remember if she said it in the high five method or the 5 habits, but in one of those books, she talks about how a lot of us don't even look at ourselves in the mirror. Like when we are in the thick of whatever it is that we're going through. And for me, my thing was my weight. So whatever depressive feeling that you're going through, most of us are not even like truly looking at ourselves. Like, yeah, you may look at yourself to obviously do your hygiene and all that stuff and get ready, but are you truly looking at yourselves? And for years, I wasn't really looking at myself. And so about 7 months post-op, when my weight loss had slowed down, pretty much came to a halt, I was forced to like really start looking at myself. And I knew the changes was there, but it's like with my own eyeballs looking in the mirror, I couldn't see it. I can see it in all of the pictures and in the videos, but I couldn't see it. I felt bigger than what I was, especially because of my loose skin. And it was just, it really messed me up. Body dysmorphia is such a real thing. And the thing is, I had reverse body dysmorphia, right? Where a lot of people are talking about this a lot, where you don't really realize or see how big you actually got. Like me, I was like thinking, you know, I'm like, I obviously knew I wasn't 220, but looking at myself, I was like, you know, I'm a good 220, 210, like whatever. Like I don't look big. I carry my weight well. And finally getting to the size of 220 or getting to the size of 190. And I'm like, wait, this is how it feels to be? This is what it looks like to be 220, 210, 190? What did I look like before? like that realization of like, wait a minute. If I look like this now, what did I look like before? And like, what does this even look like? Like, what does this look like to other people? What did what I looked like before look like to other people? And it's like, it's just a mind trip of an experience body dysmorphia is. And honestly, what helped me get through my body dysmorphia was staying in a smaller body for a longer period of time. So like I said, I had hit a really bad weight loss stall at 7 months post-op, and I stayed in that stall for 6 months. I stayed in the 180s for 6 months. And though it sucks when your weight plateaus, it actually was a blessing in disguise because it allowed my mind to finally catch up to what my body was doing, especially if you're using some type of weight loss tool like weight loss surgery or GLP-1 or any type of weight loss pill, or if you're just dropping weight fast, period, because you're on a severe calorie deficit or whatever. Like, when you finally do slow down, it's kind of a blessing in disguise because your mind now has a chance to catch up to what your body just did. And so that 6 months, by the end of the 6 months, and I finally started losing weight again, I felt okay because like now I can actually see with my own eyes, like, no, you are smaller, Janae. No, this is what this weight looks like. And no, you're not big like you think you are, even with the loose skin. Like, I was able to relax. I just mentioned this, but another downside to massive weight loss is loose skin. And here's the thing with loose skin. There are so many factors that will determine if you have loose skin, where you have loose skin, how much. I actually am going to be posting my own loose skin for you guys to see so you can see what it looks like. I could have never expected that I was going to have the loose skin and in the areas that I have it. And so I think it's important that you do a little bit of research and you Google body shapes. Like, there's so many different types of body shapes, whether that's hourglass, pear shape, apple shape, or inverted triangle. I am an inverted triangle. And I did talk about body shapes and loose skin before. I'll tag that video, but I am going to do an updated one since I've lost some weight since the last one. But I am an inverted triangle, which means my shoulders stick out further than my hips do. And most of the time when you're an inverted triangle, you have a bigger upper body, period. Bigger breasts, bigger arms, bigger, wider shoulders, bigger belly, and your legs are pretty normal. And with that, I carry a lot of my loose skin in my arms, in my upper back, in my lower back, and in my stomach. My legs actually look great. Like, my legs are my favorite part of my body. They look great. But I have a ton of loose skin in my arms and a ton of loose skin in my back and a ton of loose skin in my stomach. And on top of that, I've had 2 C-sections, so I also have an apron belly as well. And as a woman, when you're wanting to show, wear certain things and show off certain body parts or whatever, like, I don't want to wear a halter top. I don't want to wear tank tops. I don't want to wear a sleeveless dress because I have a lot of loose skin in my arms. Now, again, the longer you stay in the body, the more comfortable you're in your body. Like, obviously I'm a bit over it now, but still, it's still a negative side effect of massive weight loss. And there are so many different factors that will determine how you have loose skin, where you have loose skin, if you have loose skin. Genetics play a part in it. How long your skin has been stretched out will play a part in it. How fast you lose your weight will play a part in it. Your protein intake will play a part of it. If you've done weight training, like, so many things will play a part in it. And even if you do all the things right, you still may end up having loose skin, or you may not have loose skin. It really is a game of chance. Something else that is a negative side effect of weight loss is your hormones may go a little bit out of whack, which may affect your sex drive. Like, that is definitely a real thing. Like, not only will your period and your cycles may change, but it also may affect your sex drive. And that is something that has happened to me. It took about 18 months for my cycle to kind of do some changes. I thought I was going to be one of the lucky ones and not experience this, but my cycle, I'm starting to experience PMS symptoms. Like, the first couple of days of my cycle, it's really painful. It's a little bit heavier. But it's been a while now, so I think it's regulated, but even with my sex drive, like, that has changed a bit. It has lowered a bit. I think it's just the whiplash of your hormones changing in such a rapid amount of time affects it. So that's something to discuss with your partner, to just, bring it to their attention. Be aware that that may be something that affects you, because a lot of people are not having these types of conversations because it may be embarrassing. Another negative to massive weight loss is that you kind of still get sucked into diet culture. And this is when you have to really do the work to heal your relationship with food, because it's so hard to pretty much do a reverse and eat at maintenance and even eat in a surplus if you're losing weight still and you don't want to. So for me, I'm at that stage right now where I'm pretty much at maintenance. I do want to shed a couple of more pounds. I'm really focused more so though on cutting body fat and leaning out and building muscle. And so that requires body recomposition and for me to eat at my maintenance calories. And so it's hard to try to figure that out without immediately getting scared of what the scale is going to do. And you have to kind of give it some time and give your body a little bit of grace to not want to immediately go back to weighing everything, tracking everything. The moment you stop weighing and tracking everything, you feel oh, I need to lock in. I need to get back on my, my shit and make sure I'm doing what it is that I'm supposed to do. And it's no, sometimes you do need a break from dieting. I've been dieting for 14 years, really going hard ever since I had my weight loss surgery. And it's almost been 2 years, come March. But it's you get so stuck into that. It's kind of hard to pull out of it sometimes. And this even goes into transitioning to being an intuitive eater. Some people want to do intuitive eating. And I've even thought to myself, I don't think that's something that's going to be for me, because I feel I'm going to lose control. I don't know what that looks like for me. And who knows, I'm only 2 years successful, right? As I get older in my journey, maybe there will be room for intuitive eating where I'm not tracking and weighing everything and calorie counting and macro counting. But while I still have body goals, intuitive eating is not something for me. I still feel I'm going to be a structured eater, but it's hard. It's hard sometimes to break out of that dieting mindset. And the last thing I want to touch on is if you're losing weight to build your confidence, to boost your self-esteem, to do anything like that, you may want to rethink that, because if you experience any of the things that I've already listed out, you may end up feeling worse than you started. A lot of people say, and maybe this is just the fear that's talking for them, but a lot of people say, I would take stretch marks, I would take cellulite, I would take being big over losing weight and having loose skin and having these different issues that you have after massive weight loss. And it honestly sucks that that is the viewpoint, that is the standpoint that a lot of people start to take. But I get it, because sometimes it's was I better off? Was I better off being in a bigger body, dressing that bigger body, instead of now being in a smaller body, thinking that I would be happy, but having these different side effects that you really can't predict? And now I'm unhappy. Now I'm unhappy with the way my clothes fit me and the way clothes look on me, and having to deal with this. And so easy to tell people you can get plastic surgery, you can get it removed, or you can have insurance pay for it. Let me tell you right now, it's so hard to get insurance to pay for certain things when it comes to plastic surgery. But some people may never be able to afford thousands of dollars worth of plastic surgery and getting skin removed. And I'm not even talking about the aesthetics of it all. I'm just talking about the function of it all. The function of not having the loose skin. Some people may never be able to afford to get that removed. And so having to go throughout life like that, it can feel very daunting. Which makes me think of actually another side effect and con of massive weight loss, there may be skin issues that you deal with because of your loose skin. There may be function and mobility issues that you deal with because of your loose skin, especially if you are extremely morbidly obese. Like, you may really have some issues there. A lot of people talk about how their stomach was in the way of them doing certain activities. I mean, I hear my stomach clap every time I run down the stairs in my house. And then you may end up having like scars and rashes from the loose skin. I mean, there are definitely side effects and negatives to massive weight loss, especially when it comes to your skin. I am sure there can be so many other things that are added to this list, but I wanted to do this video and talk about the negatives and the cons to massive weight loss to help you if you're starting your weight loss journey or you're still like pretty much new to your weight loss journey, no matter what that weight loss journey look like, whether it's with tools like weight loss surgery or GLP-1 or it's the natural route. I just wanted to give you the tea because yes, there are a lot of positives. I will take all of these negatives because I know my positives have tripled my negatives. But I think it's important to not negate the fact that there are negatives and downsides to massive weight loss. So if you are going through some negatives, some downsides, and it's making you feel bad, know that you are not alone. I'm definitely here if you want to chat. I have a Discord where I talk about things with my little community. It'll be in the description box below. Of course, you can always find me on TikTok and Instagram, and right here on YouTube. We can have a conversation about these things in the comments below because I think it's important to start having real conversations about real things that are affecting people. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon. That way you're notified every single time I post a new video. Make sure you follow me on TikTok and Instagram. On Instagram, I'm super active in my stories. I have a little broadcast channel where they are definitely getting the tea first. And on TikTok, I'm always hosting lives. I'm always answering questions right there in a moment. And my content just looks different on TikTok and Instagram. So make sure you follow me over there. Comment down below and let me know, like, what do you think about this topic? What are some things that maybe I said today that you didn't even think of, that maybe sparked something in you, or maybe something that wasn't even on the list, so that we can all help each other? Comment it down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.